We've got an excellent field lining up here in the Community Stakes, Andrew Frost. First horse to look at is Desbocado, to be ridden by Adam Faizan.
And he could be an improver here this afternoon, Max. I thought he never really got into the race at his first time to the races. Here from barrier 2, if he can break like he did in that jump out we saw during the week, I think he got himself in a forward position, he could run a much better race here and maybe pick up a placing here. This is quite an open restricted maiden. There are a lot of chances. He's one of the outsiders on the dividend board, but I think he has his fair share of ability, this fellow, and I think he will be a sharp improver.
He had blinkers right side for his first start, but the full set of blinkers are going on to Desbocado today. M16, he's got blinkers and pacifiers on. Yeah, so a bit of a gear change for him. He just had pacifiers at his first couple of starts, so he's got the blinkers on, probably just to make him a little bit more sharper here, this fellow. He sort of seemed to have his chance behind Royal Warrior last time in Class 5 company, but the best he could do was finish 4th. Coming back here to restricted main, it's a little bit easier for him here in this restricted main, but however, I think he still needs to improve a little bit if he's going to win this event, and I think a place chance at the best. All right, Bay of Ireland is the next horse to look at, and with Simon on this, Frosty, and the fact that it's won 2 trials by 7 lengths one time and 6 lengths the next time, I would have thought this would have gone up favourite for sure. So maybe there's not that much confidence with him.
But well, I think it's probably a little bit earlier, Max, because I think AAA, I think he has his ability, but I think he's a little bit of a false favourite at the moment, AAA. I think this probably guy will start a little bit shorter than him, so just wait for a little bit later. I think the money will come for him late, this fellow, Bay of Ireland. He has shown a lot of ability at the trial. He looks like he's been produced here for a win at his first time to the races. Only a negative is gate 14, but he's got a lot of early gate speed. Just be interested to see if Simon can get him across from that awkward barrier.
Just looking at him, he looks new. He's having a good look around. He won't want to hesitate at the start because he's got 14 barrier, but he's pretty smart. But trials are different to races. We've seen that before. As we're looking at the claims here, Walk the Line Emiri is claiming 4. Jockeys are coming out now. Big field to get through here as we take a look at Gold Help. Won a trial, beat Major Yates. Major Yates came out and ran second to Rossini King. I think the form around this Gold Help from the trials is all right.
Yeah, he's a nice looking type of horse, Max. He's by Dangerous, and I think he'll run a nice race here. I haven't put him into my top 3 selections here, but I think just in his ability, what he's shown at the trial, there is a race that he can win rather shortly, but just don't know whether he's been tuned up enough to be a winner his first time to the races.
Loyal Fans, next is number 5, and he's a huge dividend on the dividend board, about 80 to 1.
He's had 2 races on the fibre sand so far, hasn't really done enough so far, probably needs a little bit more time, Loyal Fans, and probably just better off sitting back and watching him here. So the winkers on and the blinkers are off.
Okay, Aslam is going to be riding Loyal Fans. Mercy, he's just on his toe a little bit in the yard. I think there's a few positives with this guy today.
I think the blinkers will help him. He looks like race a little bit sharper with the blinkers on. Hasn't been able to show a lot of speed without the blinkers, so he might be able to take up a little bit more of a handier position here with the blinkers on from gate number 5. Callow riding him is a plus here, and he was doing his best work at the finish last start and only beaten 3 lengths. With that gear change, he's going to be a definite top 3 chance here.
Yep, I think he's got a big chance today, No Mercy. As we move on to Pent in Time, number 7, quite a big horse, this fellow, by Pentire. He's bred to run over a little bit of ground. Still a little bit green. He'll need to do everything right from his awkward draw today, because this is a pretty handy maiden field.
It is, and just looking at him, Max, he looks like he will get a trip looking at him, but surprisingly he shows a lot of speed in his races, and in the trials before he went to the race he showed a lot of speed. He'll be up there on the speed again early, you would imagine, and I thought he did hang on quite well in the home straight to finish 3rd behind Aragon. A repeat of that performance would seem a top 3 chance.
Now to number 10, Right Here, Right Now, wearing the club colours.
Yeah, he's obviously no tip around for this guy and hasn't done probably enough at the trials yet. I think there's other horses making their debut that have got stronger trial form than this fellow, so I think we can pass with him.
All right, moving on to Prodigy, and Sam Serbian's picked up the ride here, replacing Sivan.
Interesting runner, this fellow, Max. Raced up there on the speed over a mile at his first time to the races, which was unsuitable, and he still hang on pretty well in the home straight, only beaten 3 3/4 lengths. He has his fair share of ability. I don't like him today, but he's definitely one to keep into your black book for later on. I think he definitely can pick up a race.
Okay, the 9 looks a nice type. Recycled King by Viking Ruler, this fellow having his first start, drawn 13.
Yeah, the barrier is a bit of concern for mine. He has been trialling quite okay. I think he's a nice type of a horse, but I think probably his stable mate, Bay of Islanders, probably just goes a little bit better than him.
Down to the favourite, Triple A. This is a 3-year-old by Carry the Flag as well. The filly Carry On Smile by that side winning the first. So this is favourite, Foster. I noticed him on winning workouts. He's a keen worker. He gets that head out. He's a real trier. Whatever he does, he does his best, this little bloke.
He's an honest goer, this little fella, Triple A. And he'll be up there on the speed again, especially from barrier 1. He seems like he's pretty much a foolproof horse. He's only had the 2 starts, but seems to be picking it up rather nicely, Triple A. He's a definite chance here.
Walk the Line is a newcomer by the sire Keeper. I think he has to do a little bit more.
Yeah, apprentice rider taking the ride. Probably I prefer to watch him here walk the line.
Okay, Golden Larkspur, a big filly. She's by Shower Heart.
Yeah, she's massive, 557 kilos. She's trimmed up 11 kilos, but probably needs a little bit more time to get her sort of peak fitness. She's probably not at her peak yet.
And number 15, one of the emergencies, getting a start, Prince Gold Heart.
He ran well last start, wasn't beaten that far. He raced up there on the speed from an inside barrier. He just might have to work a little bit hard today from gate number 12, but I thought he did improve a lot last start, so if he can continue on his natural improvement, would be a place chance.
Favourite is Triple A, showing 21 and 9. They're moving out for the restricted maiden. I was tossing up all week between Bay of Island and No Mercy. Went with Bay of Island because of his terrific trial form, but not much of a tip for him as yet. Now, he's been trialling like a 6 to 4 favourite, but no tip for him. He's 29 and 10, but it is only early. Still stick with him, Bay of Island, despite the wide draw. Definitely the one to beat, 6 No Mercy, and I put 4, a bit of value in for third, Gold to Help, 2, 6, 4. And certainly a chance to Triple A because he's a real little trier.
Okay, what numbers 6, 2 and 3?
All right, Frosty 6, 2 and 3. And I'm going 2, 6, 4. And they're moving out for the restricted maiden. Sam Serbian riding Prodigy here, number 8. Have a look at the tipsters panel. Mahue going for Pent in Time. And La Wang opting for number 11, Triple A. So horses are moving out. Craig, what do you like in the maiden?
I think the 2 and the 6 is the forecast here, because I've gone the way of number 2, Bay of Island, also from number 6, No Mercy. And like you, Michael, thought Gold to Help might be able to sneak into a place here. It's had a name change from the trials we showed you on Racing Digest. It trialled under the name of God Help, but Gold Help for Linda Meach and Steve Burridge first up. So 2, 6 and 4 here for this restricted maiden. But as you say, there's not much tip about the newcomer Bay of Island. He's at 29 and 11.
All right, what about the weather today? Craig, what's your forecast there?
Well, it's my first Gold Cup program. I'd say perfect, no problems at all.
Okay, that's what we were hoping you'd say. There's Cheryl on M16, trotting towards the start of the restricted maiden. Blinkers are going on this guy. I thought he had every chance for Callow last start. I thought he was disappointing, Frosty M16. The run he had, he probably should have got away with the race.
He should have, Max, and it's not going to be any easier for him here this afternoon, but he's been kept safe at $30. He's let's just see whether he does drift out in the dividend M16, but he's remained solid at $30, so there's a few people out there think he can run well here, but he's coming back in distance, and yeah, I thought he had every chance.